shadows and cell animation in After Effects, easy claymation in Blender, and the biggest news in school motion history. It's Motion Mondays, and although I haven't got any hair, what I do have is a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. After Effects Beta just dropped a nice lighting upgrade with spotlight and parallel shadows in their 3D system. You can now add up to 8 separate shadow casting light sources plus 1 environmental shadow layer, giving you a total of 9 places for shadows to come from. Point lights don't cast shadows yet, but hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. This update gives you way more options to create realistic 3D scenes right in After Effects. The parallel shadows are particularly cool for creating more graphic designy looks rather than straight up photorealism. And if you're curious, just download the latest After Effects Beta through your Creative Cloud app and take it for a spin. It's a nice step forward for Adobe's 3D capabilities. Fewer reasons to bounce to Cinema 4D for the simple stuff. Grayscale Gorilla just updated their GSG Studio app with a bunch of fixes, but the real star of the show is their new Smart Send feature. This clever addition automates sending assets into Cinema 4D. Before, if you wanted to use an HDRI, you'd create your lighting setup and then essentially copy the path to the HDRI file into your lighting rig. Kind of a pain. Now, Smart Send does all that heavy lifting for you. In Chad Ashley's demo video, he shows how you can quickly find an HDRI you like, import it with Smart Send, and boom, your lighting rig is automatically created with the HDRI applied. Way fewer clicks to get great lighting in your scene. It also works with area lights, gobos, and if you're using textures like surface imperfections, you'll now automatically get a ramp created to let you easily control their intensity. They've also made the login process much smoother. It's a great update from our boys over at Gorilla that should save C4D artists a bunch of time and clicks, so check out the link in the description to learn more. The team at JangaFX, makers of AmberGen, have unveiled more of their upcoming IlluGen tool launching this summer. CEO Nick Sievert describes it as node-based VFX software for video games, but I could see huge potential for motion design too. It's a real-time tool that lets you create VFX like pyrosims and fluid simulations with viscosity and foam effects using a Houdini-like node interface. While primarily for gaming, it could be extremely valuable for motion designers who want to export simulations to Cinema 4D or Unreal. The interface looks really intuitive, and the real-time feedback could be amazing for certain motion design workflows. We'll keep you posted as development continues. Quick bit of school motion news here. Actually, the biggest news ever in the history of the company. We have completely transformed how we offer our training. Our entire course catalog is now available through School Motion All Access. You get every course, unlimited critique, 24/7 community access, verified credentials, live events, and more, all for one price. And if you sign up today through May 2nd, you can get your first year of All Access for 25% off with the code INTRO25. Learn Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Cinema 4D, Rive, Unreal, Design, Animation, 3D, VFX, Illustration, and more, believe it or not, with the best deal this side of the Kuiper Belt. Nerd. You'll also get access to all the new courses we're launching this year, including Rive Academy Volume 2, our new Unreal class for broadcast design, After Effects workflows, plus courses on Cavalry, Substance, and Adobe Premiere, all dropping later this year. Learn more on our recently revamped site, and for teams of 3 or more, check out our team training program with additional features like floating seats, team progress dashboards, consolidated billing, and more. We couldn't be more excited about this new way to learn, and we really hope to see you in class. Blender artists are going to be pretty happy about this one, especially if you do character animation. RetopoFlow 4 is now in beta, making that necessary evil of retopology less painful. This complete rewrite integrates with Blender's edit mode, letting you easily retopologize complex models. You can place loops around cylindrical forms, add polystrips to faces, and use smart tools to modify vertices and convert tris to quads. Though my tris and quads are just fine. Oh yeah, look at that. You can get look at that. Been going to the gym. It's available now with a 25% discount during the beta period. If retopology is part of your workflow, this tool might just save your sanity. And while I'm skeptical about their claim that it makes retopology actually fun, it certainly looks like it makes it less tedious. Time to feature some great work from around the industry. First up is a cool behind the scenes from Yuzu Studio. Founder Guillaume Scoffier posted an amazing breakdown from a Brawl Stars trailer using some really clever compositions and 2.5D animation in After Effects to create a shot that looks totally 3D. The trick here is using really strong staging with the camera and objects, along with some depth of field, great artwork, and very clever fractal noise for that ground plane, giving everything more of an anime look. And as you can see from his timeline, there aren't a ton of keyframes because when your artwork looks this good and you've got a good eye for camera placement, sometimes it doesn't take much to make an amazing shot. Next up, our friends at Already Been Chewed showed off a killer promo for the New York Mets. It's awesome seeing them working at the highest levels of professional sports, bringing their 3D chops into the world of live action with cool jersey transformations and great compositing. The live action is beautifully shot and the edit is tight, super cool concept and great work from a studio that, as amazing as they are, probably still has its best days ahead of it. Finally, the one and only Lucas Camargo, aka Untitled Army, dropped 2 new compilation reels on Instagram showing off his unique style. It's harder and harder these days to find motion designers with a look that is so uniquely theirs. As soon as you see it, you know who made it. Lucas has developed his style beautifully, and his character designs and concepts are just incredible. What I love about his work is that the animation is often pretty simple. When your designs, lighting, and textures are this good, you don't need to do anything fancy on the animation side to make something amazing. If you spot great work that you think we should feature, please tag us on social media at School of Motion. Do you remember those Double Mint Gum commercials from the 90s?
Double Mint's the one for you.
Well, this has nothing to do with that, but DoubleGum just released Clay 4.0, amazing pun, their latest Blender tool that turns simple geometry into clay-like renders. It comes with detailed textures featuring fingerprints and imperfections with smart settings for controlling clay scale and animating those imperfections. Materials range from shiny to dull and even include glitter-embedded options. If you like this style, check out DoubleGum's other tools like Woolly and Kamikaze on the Superhive marketplace. This is yet another example of why Blender's ecosystem is attracting more motion designers. There's an incredible wealth of specialized tools that would maybe cost a fortune in other 3D packages. As EJ mentioned last week, about 50% of animators now use AI in their creative process, mainly for concepting. Midjourney's latest feature adds layers and retexturing to their editor. I tested it with a mood board project, starting with a guitar image in draft mode using Smart Select, similar to DaVinci's Magic Mask, to isolate the guitar, then moving it and resizing it on its own layer. You can even retexture it by adding prompts like ink splats or make it grungy, and Midjourney maintains the structure while restyling based on your direction. The tool has become surprisingly deep, giving you way more control than before. And I'm really curious what you think about those features, so drop a comment below. Beyond Studio is releasing a documentary about their team member, David Jeffers, a quadriplegic sound designer who runs Quadraphonic Sound. That is very, very clever, David. Despite losing mobility in an accident, David continues his successful sound design career as part of Beyond's team. The Quad Life trailer features stunning cinematography and editing that will absolutely make you tear up. This exemplifies what makes Beyond special. They seek out important stories from our community that deserve attention. Having interviewed David on our podcast, I can tell you he's an incredible person with a very inspiring story. Check out the trailer, but keep tissues handy. I'm serious. I mean, I didn't cry when I watched it. No, but you might. It's time to feature our School of Motion Student of the Week, Yvanah Fleurant. With the help of her teaching assistant, Victoria Blair, Yvanah has been working through Illustration for Motion, taught by the amazing Sarah Beth Morgan. In the different perspective assignment, students have to incorporate perspective in a flat, abstracted way. It can be tricky to tell the viewer that objects have perspective while maintaining a flat design style, but Yvanah nailed it. I love the mix of perspectives that are almost like optical illusions, but all the frames work beautifully. There's also some really great character design, nice variety in compositions, and excellent value structure to help lead your eye to the right place. The shading on the final frame adds even more depth to an already beautiful set of boards, and frankly, I want to see them animated, though I understand if Yvanah doesn't animate them because it really would take a lot of work. But great job, Yvanah. Can't wait to see what you do for the rest of the course. Spline has released Hana, a 2D interaction tool similar to Rive for creating real-time animations for the web and apps. Its most interesting feature is the Vector Networks feature, which lets points connect to multiple paths, making fake 3D shapes easier to create without complex rigging. The tool is clearly early stage, lacking timeline features, developer tools, and the state machine capabilities that make Rive so powerful. For now, Rive remains much more capable, but Hana shows promise for simple interactions. It's a smart move for Spline to expand from 3D into 2D as real-time becomes increasingly central to motion design. Try it free with a Spline account if you're curious about this emerging space. After Effects developer Frederick Berria has released his long-awaited tool called drAEw. I actually don't know how you pronounce it. I'm just gonna say draw. But this cleverly designed tool lets you draw frame by frame in After Effects, creating shape layers from your drawings. One of the best features is how the interface can grab the current frame of your comp so you can see what you're drawing over. Crucial if you're working with reference or adding effects to a scene. This is still version 1 of the tool, and I'm sure Frederick will add more features, but it already offers several simple paintbrush options, including an option to automatically simplify your strokes. You can create closed or open paths, and there's an automatic mode that adds a new shape or keyframe to the next frame every time you draw, allowing you to work really quickly. It also includes onion skinning, a must-have for any hand-drawn animation tool. Even though it's new and it doesn't have tons of features yet, Draw already looks very useful for certain kinds of effects and animation. You can grab it on aescripts.com, and it's 33% off until May 12th, so it's only $40. If you do any hand-drawn animation or like to add hand-drawn elements to your After Effects comps, this is probably the fastest way to do it, and I can't wait to try it out. Adobe just updated the Firefly app with 2 new video models, Image 4 and Image 4 Ultra, both available now and trained on licensed content. I tested the old model and the 2 new ones with identical prompts. Image 4 produces realistic images but with lots of AI quirks, while Firefly 3 had better compositions but way more weirdness. Oh my god! Look at that man's thumb! That guy needs a doctor. Image 4 Ultra delivers the most photorealism with great details, though hands still remain challenging. Surprisingly, Adobe is also adding OpenAI and Google models to Firefly. If you check the settings, you'll now see non-Adobe models as an option. Maybe Adobe heard customers asking for better quality despite commercial safety concerns. So just remember, if you're not using Adobe's models, the others weren't trained solely on licensed content, which could be an issue for client work. Many brands still have strict policies against this. Resolve 20 Beta 2 is packed with upgrades. Highlights include a new keyframe and curve editor for detailed animation within Resolve itself, a godsend for animation, beat detection that also works with an AI music retimer, and an AI multicam smart switch tool similar to AutoPod, which we use for Premiere, and it saves us hours on podcast editing. There's also automated audio mixing and significant improvements to the already impressive Magic Mask tool. Mr. Alex Tech's amazing YouTube channel has an in-depth breakdown if you want to see these features in action, so check that out and give him a follow. And the best part about all this, like Blender, the base version of Resolve is completely free, with a paid studio version if you need some extra capabilities. And that is it for this Packed to the Gills episode of Motion Mondays. If you are curious about our brand new All Access program, head over to schoolmotion.com to learn all about it. You get every course, unlimited critique, access to our community, verified credentials, monthly live events, all for one price. And if you sign up before May 2nd, you'll get 25% off your first year with code INTRO25. We would love to help you grow as an artist and in your career. So check it out, and please reach out to our team if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching Motion Mondays. See you next week.